Hi everybody, welcome to Caffeinated Knitting. My name is Daniela, known as Caffeinated Gert on the interwebs.
And I'm Allie, known as Crafty Allie.
The wiggly cat in my lap.
You're gonna get cat surprises because there's 2 in here and they're hyper.
Yeah, well, Marvin's laid back down, and he's not into getting cuddles, so you won't see him, but you'll see Tiger.
Soon.
Soon, I'm sure, because I'm not petting him, so when I don't pet him, he's all like, hey. Hey.
Poor kitties.
So they're terrible. Terrible. So how you been doing? I missed you the other day.
Oh, I missed you too. It was weird watching you without me.
It was sad.
But now we have this awesome new camera.
Yes, and I love it.
And you got a new laptop?
I did. I decided the whole Mac Mini setup was just a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an older Mac Mini, so it didn't have quite the oomph. It sounded like there was like a plane taking off when I was uploading to YouTube.
Oh my.
And, you know, the processor, and that was only like a 20-minute little, yes sir, episode. We're turning around? Yes? Yes? Okay, lay down.
We've been playing lap potato with the cats.
He's like, do I want this lap or that lap? Which lap do I want? Oh, that lap? No? Yeah? Okay. Anyway. So
I'm just gonna do it like this.
Okay.
I'm back here.
Anyway. So, it took up my whole desk. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had the huge, ginormous monitor, which is really nice, but, and then the printer was in here, and the computer, and everything. I had, like, no room on my desk. And, it was just too much for me. So I got a bonus from work.
Woo woo
woo woo! Yeah, big bonus.
Congrats!
Yay, thank you. And of course that means Sam did too because we work for the same place. And so we decided to treat ourselves to new computers with it.
Good.
I didn't spend the whole thing on it, but big chunk of it.
That's when you need to buy something like that, though.
Yeah, because it wasn't any money. It wasn't, it wasn't money that was expected or planned, or it was just bonus. You gonna lay down now? I'm not gonna hold your feet, buddy. He's like, can you hold your hand there so I can put my feet on something?
These cats, man.
Oh my God, this one is just. I tell you guys all the time, get off my coffee. It's my coffee.
Bye, kitty.
Thank you.
Go hang out with Marvin.
Oh my gosh. So, anyway, so I got a new laptop. It has really nice specs. Don't ask me what all they are
But they're nice.
But I don't know. Because I had my husband pick it out for me, basically. Because he's Mr. Computer and smart stuff, and I'm not. And I just don't care to learn it. It does have a 5i something blah blah.
Does it say on here?
Oh yeah, it should say on there. We could read it off here. It's a Intel Core i5, 1.7 gigahertz with a turbo boost up to 2.7. If anything of this makes sense to you, good for you. HD graphics, 4400 up to 1792 megabytes. Blah blah blah. It's an 8 gig, whereas my old one was only 4 gigs.
It's nice.
It's nice. It was a good deal from Amazon. And then I hooked up. It comes with a pretty decent camera on it, actually. The actual picture from the camera that comes with it is probably as good as this. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't do the zoom when you hold it up.
And that's the part we like.
And that's the part I like. So I'm still using. Because I thought, well, I'll just give this camera to Sam because he wanted one too. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't do the zoom, so I'm keeping the camera. Which it's
zoom, zoom, zoom.
It's a $40 camera webcam. If I had realized a $40 camera would make that big of a difference, it just amazes me. Yes, I love you too. You're giving me. I'm not gonna sit here and hold you like this. Look at him. He's rotten.
He loves his mommy.
I love him too, but he's rotten. I can't knit like that. I can't show these nice people stuff like that either. Look at his little face.
I know. He's like, I don't care. I'm a cat.
He's like,
just hang out with me.
That's right.
Gosh.
Okay. So, what do we want to talk about first? Hey, you didn't introduce yourself.
Yes,
Who
I
are
did.
you? Did you?
Yeah.
Did I miss that? I was distracted, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't even know who I am anymore, guys.
I know who you are. I didn't know if you told them who you are.
I told them.
Okay.
Dang it.
I'm sorry. So am I supposed to really seriously hold you like this now?
Well, what can you reach? I guess that's how we'll decide what we're going to start off with.
I can reach everything, but only with one hand.
Okay. Well, I only have one finished object. Do you have a bunch?
I have several, yes.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I have all the whips.
You have one on, too.
And I have one on, yes. We'll talk about that one in a minute. So I'll talk about this one while you get stuff ready.
Okay.
I finally finished my foolproof by, I wrote it down so I remember, Louise Zass-Bangham, I'm assuming. And I really, really liked it. It was right now it's about $5.44 in US dollars on Ravelry. And here it is, and I'm not going to show that side yet because a thing happened. I can't see.
Let's see. Oh, check out the colors all close and
yeah, I wanted you guys to see the colors. I knit this for the Loops Harry Potter knit along. It was supposed to be my November. It didn't happen. I finished it in January. I put it in timeout for a while, and it's about to go back in timeout, but I'll tell you the colors real quick before I tell you why it's going back in timeout. The darker color is their, I'm going to make sure I'm saying the right base. It's their 2-ply high twist socks in the Bellatrix Lestrange colorway, which I love. And I got it in the 2013 Harry Potter colorways from Loops. And the lighter one I got last year's, and that's Ministry. Is it Ministry of Magic or Minister of Magic? Minister of Magic. That makes more sense. And it's their quarter round base. This thing hates me. I picked it up the other day. We did a virtual knit night with some of the Loops ladies. I wanted to show Sarah and Lydia this because I finally finished it and it's their yarn. I picked it up to show them. And I didn't even show them after this happened because I was upset. And I felt my thumb go through where a hole that should not have been there. So I was looking at it and I had 2 stitches come undone. And I couldn't find any stitch markers, locking stitch markers, because why would I? So I had used some scrap yarn. So I have 2 loose stitches that I need to fix.
Did you see how that focused?
I did.
Oh.
So I hate this thing, but I love it. And the sad thing is I wore it a bunch before that even happened, and I don't know what happened. It wasn't a bind off. I have no clue why they got loose. It doesn't look like one ripped or anything. I don't know.
Did you just fart?
There goes our classy podcast.
Sorry, but you know. Okay. Let's see if we can get you to. Oh, will you remove him from my shawl, please?
I will happily remove him from your shawl. Woo!
Okay. Go on. Go sleep in your bed.
That's what he was doing when I got here, and then I get here and he goes crazy and starts chasing.
And he just laid. And he had just laid down because they've been outside playing, and
because it's nice today.
It's nice, and
we had snow yesterday, and it's gorgeous today.
Yeah. So anyway,
Tennessee. But yeah, I love it, but it hates me.
I love it too.
I think it's haunted. It's the Bellatrix.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Bet it is. You are correct. Didn't even think of that, but it's so true. Minx. So true. So I finished my January socks.
Yay, and they're gorgeous.
I love them. I used Mustache Yarns Sesame Street. And I used a Fish Lips Kiss heel.
I love it. I love when it sings.
Right?
It's going to be like 4 months from now, and I'm still going to get excited when it sings.
Which is fine.
So get used to it.
Yes, get used to us being all excited.
Oh, I love it.
And I used the Fish Lips Kiss heel. I made them sort of short. I've decided this is like the perfect height sock for me.
I do mine a little bit longer, I think, but yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because normally, this is my terrible knitter secret. Normally, I wear like, he's back, tidy whitey short socks, like ankle socks, and that's what I like. So these fit kind of like that, which is perfect for me. So I'm very, very happy with these. They were so much fun to knit. They really just kind of knit themselves.
I love it.
Because, I mean,
it's
look at
awesome.
the stripes.
And I'm sure we talked about it because we're both knitting ours, but it's a 16 color striper.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So it starts here on the brown, and then here's the first where it repeats again, the brown.
So cool.
So cool. I will put you outside. Pitiful thing.
Yeah, I'll pet you.
He's sitting there on the other side of Allie going, meow, pet me.
Hey.
Oh.
I'm not going to pet him.
Okay, fine.
He was mean.
If he's going to be mean, he doesn't get petties. That's the way it works. But anyway, awesome socks. So I chose those to be my official January socks, even though I had some other ones on the needles, because I actually didn't start those until January 1st.
And that's one of the few rules we have.
So I will play along and make it first, because I was like, well, I just want to finish some socks. I don't care which socks, but I decided to play along by the rules. So those are my...
You have to lead by example.
Yes. Those are my official January socks.
Awesome.
Yes.
You want to talk about another one? Then
Sure.
I'll talk about my thing.
Your thing. I knit up a Bankhead hat.
I'm gonna try and not jump on this one.
You should.
I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last.
You really should. It fits amazingly. It's I knit mine holding fingering weight doubled.
It's so squishy.
My yarn is Singing the Blues on the Liberace Sparkle Base from Spartacus Dyes. So instead of silver sparkle, it's gold sparkle.
Ooh.
And it
hello.
Fits great. Oh, come on, honey.
It looks good on you.
It fits great. I love the twisted rib on it. It really, dude. Okay.
I love twisted rib.
So anyway,
awesome. I'm trying not to get attacked by a cat. That's the only reason I keep leaning over.
I knit this for the Bankhead hat along that Obi-Wan Knitter from the Bakery Bears podcast started on Instagram. I feel like I'm holding a baby.
And we get a baby Bajord.
Yeah. And now he's fine. He's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm getting hugged. So that was what I knit this for, and I'm glad I did. I've been wearing it all the time. Since I finished it, that's the only hat I've worn.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna put him outside.
I'll talk while she does that. I'll let her through first. Small interruption. So,
troublemaker.
If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me kind of talk about this before, but I've been working on my first designs. And this one's finally done. And I'm going to show it off on the podcast. My blocking's not that great, so I'm going to steam block it and try and fix where my points were. But this is the first one, and I have the second one on the needles. But this one is called Razzle. And it's just a play on constructions with shawls on this one. But I'm working on the second one, and I have a third one written and a fourth one planned. So you'll be seeing lots of shawls from me this year. I'm
casting one on either tonight or tomorrow.
This is knit out of the Northbound Knitting Merino Fingering Singles. The gray is Sterling, and the purple is, I want to say, Medusa. I keep forgetting what the purple is called. I think it's Medusa. It's gorgeous. I don't care.
It is gorgeous.
So that's the sneak peek. Daniela's going to knit up a DK version for me. And when she finishes that, I'll finish the pattern notes. Sorry.
You're okay.
Maybe I should finish talking before I resituated. And then I'll post it on Ravelry, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous now that it's like actually happening instead of like in November when I was just talking to.
Got a fuzz.
I have them everywhere. Because I've been talking to Deborah, Obliviousness, and Danielle about this for forever, so it's crazy that it's like happening.
It's exciting.
It's exciting.
I'm very
but it's
proud.
nerve-wracking.
Very proud.
But I'm gonna wait. I know I'll wait till after we podcast sometime in February to release it. That way I can let you guys know.
Yeah, that's good. So that gives me a little time to knit the thing.
I'm trying to give her time. I don't want to be like, get it done, but I want her to get it done.
Yeah. Well, I'll get it done.
And I'm living off of water, so excuse me. I'm just gonna drink through the entire thing.
That's fine. So, I finished a rung by Obliviousness.
Gorgeous.
It's lovely and squishy. I knit it out of Voyage Erin by Unwind Yarn Company in the Stormfront colorway. Yes. Haha.
Let's say if you said it, I'd be able to tell you yes or no, but I couldn't remember it off the top of my head.
Stormfront colorway. I love it. I didn't block it. I kind of like it all curly whirly. And
yours turned out so much bigger than mine.
I kind of like it all curly.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I'm going to block it.
I can't wait to knit one for me. I have yarn for it.
I don't know. I was going to give this...
I have a lot going on.
I was going to put this in the gift pile.
Keep it.
I kind of like it.
But it's such a good gift knit.
It is like, an awesome gift
I
knit.
knit mine in 2 evenings.
Yeah. And I had more yarn left over. I wish I'd made it taller. But, you know what you're going to do. I thought I was going to be close to being out of yarn. I should have weighed my yarn is what I should have done. But I didn't. So, you know, what are you going to do? I know, of course, if I did block it, I could make it taller.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
I was going to say that. And I was like, but she doesn't want to block it.
Because look how...
Yeah, it's super stretchy.
Maybe I'll take the steam... Maybe I'll steam like the middle and stretch it this way, but not... I don't want the curly edges to be blocked.
When I did mine, I kind of like just stretched it, and I kind of did put it a little bit below so it would still curl a little bit.
Yeah, so if I
probably...
block it, like just block the inside of it, I do that. I steam blocked for the first time yesterday, and I loved it.
I'm going to do it maybe today.
So, awesome. You don't have anything else finished, do you?
No, I just start things. I don't finish them.
Well, I haven't really worked on much of anything except finishing those socks. The rung and the hat were already finished when I did the little mini episode last week, but I didn't show them.
She needed stuff to talk about this week, too.
Yeah.
But she's got this to talk about. I'm so excited. I want to steal it.
This is the reason I haven't knit on anything else. This is...
down my hole.
Oh, careful.
Stay.
This is Gratitude. Doesn't it feel great?
It's beautiful.
This is Gratitude, which is a new pattern by Obliviousness. I didn't do my stripes the way she called.
What you can see.
But it uses scrap yarn.
It's very versatile.
Very versatile. I want to cast out another one right now.
I have my yarn set aside. And Mom bought the pattern. And she already told me that when we go to Stitches, she's going to find a gradient kit at Stitches. That's her goal. So she can knit one.
It's huge.
And that's why I love it.
It's huge.
I love huge shawls. I was talking to Deborah the other day, and I told her that shawls to me are like hugs.
Yes.
That you get to wear all day. So I want a huge one.
So, I mean, you can wear it like this. You can wear it...
Classy.
You can wear it... Let me show you the front part. You can wear it like this, you know, because I wear like my shawls like this a lot.
Very pretty.
This one looks really good like this. I just finished it last night, and I've worked on this one pretty darn steadily because Deborah was putting the pattern out, and I kind of jumped on at the last minute, jumped on it as a test knitter.
Oh, it looks cute like that.
I really like it like this.
I just love the colors you chose. Like, I want to copy them.
I like it. And, okay, for the yarn.
Do you want me to hold, or you good?
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
If I can find the top.
It's gone.
There it is, right side. So this is Dream and Color Jilly. It's a random skein that I picked up at the Yarn Patch in Crossville. The next one, I have no idea what it is. I got it from Suzanne, and it was just a little ball. I mean, this is all there was pretty much, except for what I'll show you here in a second. So I don't know what it was, but it's a single, and I was looking for singles, and I don't really have very many singles in my stash. All I had was the Jilly. I had 2 skeins of Northbound Knitting, and then I had some Dragonfly Fiber singles that I didn't really consider using because I didn't want to break into full skeins, really, and I wanted to use scraps. So I had the gray as a scrap from Suzanne. This was a scrap from Suzanne. This was a scrap from Suzanne. And this was a scrap from Suzanne. So I did break into one of the skeins of Northbound Knitting, which was the yellow, but I only used a little bit of it, so I can still use it for something else.
And it's a good neutral.
Yeah.
Is that medallion?
Yeah. And I thought the yellow popped. You know, normally I'm not big on the yellow, but in here it works.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, I have a yellow project. It's this yarn, so.
Oh really?
Yeah. That's why I need the colorway name.
I think you gave me this.
I might have.
I think you did for my birthday. And then the bottom is the Jilly, again, the Dream Color. So I used up 1, 2, 3, 4 balls of scrap yarn.
That's awesome.
That I just got back when we made our magic cake balls. We had gone through all of our little scraps, and she had those on the table, and I was like, can I have these? Just because I love the colors. And she's like, sure. And now I have an absolutely amazing shawl out of it.
It's gorgeous.
I love it.
I have mine set aside, and once I finish 3 projects, I can cast on. So hopefully when we podcast again, I'll have mine cast on because I love it, and I'm seeing everyone else post theirs, and I want everyone's that I've seen. Like, everyone's color choices make me happy.
I need more singles.
I love singles, and I forgot how much I love knitting singles, so I started working on this.
I have never knit myself anything out of singles that I remember, and why not? I mean, really. I'm trying my hand at spinning some singles. I showed you guys the 2 little batches I did from the breed study. Well, I got this from this raspberry color from Dana.
Gorgeous.
From Unwind Yarn Company, and I've already got it on the wheel, so it's already all. I'm not even gonna take it out of here because it's all broken up already. I'm making this into singles.
That's awesome.
I'm going to work my next gratitude shawl around this color.
Ooh, yes. Yes, we might need to make a crossfield trip and get some Jilly. I want some.
Yeah, I might just spin for the whole thing.
That'd be awesome. That'd be a great shawl for handspun.
Yeah, it's a great shawl for any kind of.
And you don't need singles for the.
No, you don't need singles for it. It's smushy. You could use any kind of yarn for this, as long as you could use any weight, any color, you just any color that works together. I mean,
anything that makes you happy.
Yes, anything that makes you happy. I have some. I bought mini skeins from Knitty and Color, and you know her mini skeins are very generous, and I bought them for my blanket. But because her mini skeins are huge, really, I mean they're when you buy a set of her mini skeins, I think you get like 400 something yards.
Wow.
I mean, I'd have to pull them out to say exactly, but it's a lot. So I'm thinking I could get my little square for my little blanket out of them, and then use the rest up in a shawl.
That'd be awesome.
And then what's not in the shawl, I can use in what I'm working on right now. And then that way it uses up the whole thing.
No leftovers.
No leftovers. I love no leftovers.
That's why I'm making this huge, so I don't have leftovers.
Yeah. That's good, though. It's pretty.
Thank you. I'm going to show it off in a minute. I'm trying to get to the end of the row.
Oh. Well, since she's trying to get to the end of the row, I'll show you what I'm working on.
Are we done with those?
I think we are done with those.
All right. So, whips.
Whips! Since I had just a little bit of each ball of yarn out of here left. I decided I needed a hat to go with my shawl.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm all about
because
that.
I wasn't going to go look for a pattern, I decided to make it up as I go. So here it is so far. Now what I'm doing is I cast on the bottom. Look at that. Oh, I cast on the bottom holding the dark blue and the very light blue together. And then when I ran out of the light blue, no, I just did the dark blue a little bit because I wanted it on the bottom and the top, so it would kind of...
So it goes with it.
Yeah, because that's kind of how this is. It starts off with a darker color, and then it gradiates back to the dark color. I have a hangnail. That's driving me crazy.
I do too. I've just realized it while knitting.
So I did a little bit of the dark blue on the bottom. Then I dropped that, and I picked up the variegated this. And I just had a teeny tiny bit left of this. So that just made a tiny stripe. When I got done with that, then I picked up the next blue. Come on. There. Picked up the next blue. And
so it transitions into each other.
Yeah, so that way you get stripes, but very subtle stripes. So then when I finished it, then I picked up the gray, and when I finished the last blue, so now I'm knitting the dark blue and the gray. And I'm almost done with the gray, so right now I'm using these two. When I'm done with the gray, I'll grab my Northbound Knitting and finish it up.
So pretty.
It's going to be a free pattern. Well, I'll get it out there. So I'm thinking, you know, for whatever shawls, stripy shawls I knit, I always want a hat. So I can, it's like instant matching hats.
I have a bunch of leftovers. So I'm torn, like from previous shawls. So I'm torn on if I want to combine them for gratitude. Because let's be honest, they're all purple and gray. Let's just be honest. There might be some green, but they're all purple and gray for the most part. So kind of want to play and see what I can end up with.
So the actual gratitude pattern calls for, I think, 9 colors of scraps.
I can't remember.
But you can use, I only had 7.
And I'm only going to have 6 on mine.
Yeah.
Because I'm using one of the gradient kits I got from Knitting Color.
But it doesn't really matter because you could just, you know, you count your purl ridges to make sure you have the right amount that she tells you to have.
But even that you can change, honestly.
Yeah,
if you wanted your stripes more even.
Yeah, you could do them more even.
I like the unevenness, though, personally.
I mean, as long as you have the total size, as long as your stripes equal the size of what Deborah suggested, you could do whatever you want. And that's awesome. It's fun.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
We love her.
It's the perfect kind of knit for me. You just get it started and then you play with color. I love that. So, anyway.
I've been addictedly knitting on the Topography kerchief. Did I write her name down? Her real name?
Because I didn't.
Melissa. Yep. Stadja, maybe? Stadja?
Yeah. Hey, lady, hey.
Hey, lady, hey on Instagram. Much easier to pronounce. Sorry if I butchered your name. I don't even know if you watch, but if you watch, I'm sorry I butchered your name. And there's a knit along on Instagram right now for this shawl. And if you remember in November, I bought yarn from Knitting Color specifically for this shawl. So I was like, yep, I'll do it, even though I've got a bag full of things cast on. This is pretty much what I've been working on every evening. I've even put my January socks down because this is so addicting.
I like it a lot.
This is out of Knitting Color in her Daydreaming colorway, and it's her DK base. And you're supposed to weigh your yarn, and I don't want to give away anything, but you weigh your yarn and you wait, and when it gets when there's so much left, you do the border. I want a huge thing, so I'm knitting till I run out of this, and as you can see, I don't have much left. Focus, focus, focus. Make me happy. Here, you do it.
Why are we
It
not?
doesn't like it.
As we just keep playing with it. There we go.
So I might finish that part today. Because I can't quit stopping. Or I can't quit stopping.
Yes. Don't quit stopping.
I can't quit stopping, apparently. So whenever I finished that, I had this left over from my honey cow. This is Northbound Knitting. I'm going to figure it out.
You have to get a little closer.
A little closer? Oh, my goodness.
See?
There we go. Okay. This is Northbound Knitting. It's her Moonstone colorway. And it's her MCN DK base. So I've had it left over for forever, and it kind of matches the gray that's in this.
I think it goes good with it.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do the border in that. And that way I can make it as big as I want. Because I want it big.
Yeah. You don't want no little.
But I love it. I told Lydia from Oloops loves this, and I told her that it's like Daniela and I had a yarn baby.
It is. It totally is.
With all the colors in it. So
yeah.
Great pattern though. It's a $6 download on Ravelry. I totally recommend it.
Yeah.
It's super fun. It's addicting. It's easy to memorize. Daniela has one.
Yeah, I cast one on too, but I didn't get quite as far because
you were addicted to something else.
I was addicted to gratitude. So and mine's a little looser gauge than yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I am using yarn that I dyed myself quite a while ago.
Awesome.
Are we not going to focus now? Come on. There we go.
Yay!
Focus. So, I dyed this myself. It was, Knit Picks has the ready to dye yarn. And so, I did that one. I think this was Kool-Aid dyed. So, this was some of the first yarn I dyed. But, it's not, the orange in it is really not me, but it's kind of fun.
I like it.
I like it. I like it a lot. And I may find something to put on the border of for me too. I'm gonna see how big it is and then decide. It might be a gift knit. I'm thinking this might be great for one of the teachers at Christmas.
That would be good. And I think this is another good gift pattern because it's easy to memorize. It's portable. It's fun. Right. And you decide how you're gonna do your pattern. Like it's very. Everyone's looks completely different.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And it's another one that really you could do with any weight yarn.
Mm-hmm. And she has it written for DK, and she has a fingering one as well. Yeah. But, I mean, it'd be easy to...
I mean, you could just do it the same way. It would just be a different size. I mean... Anyway, I think it'd be great. Oh, I forgot to show off my bag while I was...
We got stash enhancement.
Okay, well, let me put this in the bag then, so...
Well, this is my bag from... Spartacus Dyes. I got it at Into the Wool last year because Jill told me to. And I wanted it. But Jill told me to.
Oh, I think I lost the skein of yarn.
Oh, no. You want me to keep talking? Or you want me to help look?
I got it.
Okay. I finally started the Clappity for our Clappity along. And as you can see, I'm super far into it. I don't know if you can tell.
Make me feel better.
But it's very pretty. There we go. I'm getting it. I'm knitting it out of Northbound Knitting, and I have one of the skeins in here. So it's her singles in the medallion colorway, which is what Daniela used in her shawl. Apparently, I bought a bunch at one point. Isn't it pretty?
It's pretty. Now that's a yellow I like.
And I think it's so funny that this is one of my favorite colorways by Lisa, and it's yellow.
But it's not like...
But it's not yellow.
Right.
It's yellow.
You have a yellow project bag, too.
I do. This is from Piddle Loop. Is that what I think so. Called? I got it on a D-stash. The button's in here. Yeah, Piddle Loop. And it's just so cute. I got it on a Ravelry D-stash. I love it. We'll see what else yellow I have over here in a minute. Because apparently I have a bunch of yellow things now. We noticed this a lot now, ever since we went on our yellow is awful tirade.
It's not all yellow. Like you can see, my walls are yellow. I mean...
Yellow right there.
It's just certain shades of yellow. And it's, for me, it's...
And it's more of a... It's not even that I don't like yellow. I don't like wearing yellow. I say as I'm knitting something with yellow in it, but... It's a darker. It's a grello, like a gray yellow.
Yeah.
So
here's my Clappity. I haven't got very far on it either because
we probably aren't gonna fit. No,
we got to the end of February. It's a whole other month,
and we'll talk more about that a little bit.
But here it is. I'm using 2 skeins from Daisy Knits. I'm holding lace weight doubled. So I have Tango. And I have... What? No chips?
I laugh at the same things every time. It's so funny.
It is funny. And it's in my super awesome Bags by Terry bag. Still using the Christmas bag. I don't care.
Who cares?
I don't care.
It snowed yesterday. Somehow that makes it still Christmas. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's stashing through the snow. I'm thinking all winter long for sure.
Definitely.
I love the size of this bag.
It's awesome.
So, I love it so much, I got another one.
She's not allowed to show it yet because we have stash enhancement.
I know, but I love it.
One of us has a lot of stash enhancement.
And this time it's not me!
Maybe it's not a lot. I don't know.
I'll mention this because probably not many people will see this before tonight. And I don't want competition, but Hobbly is having an update at 8 o'clock.
I know what she's going to be doing.
I might have the alarm set on my phone.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Because otherwise I'll forget.
Can't blame you one bit. I do have a hoe. I finished my first January sock.
I love those.
Look at the fish lips kiss heel.
Love it.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So I finished the first one and I've started the second one. I'm ready for the heel. So I've got the toe and the foot. I'm ready for the heel. So these will be done if I can ever just put the freaking topography thing down. This is from Rain's Obsessive Stitchery. I got it at Fiber in the Burrow. Let's see. A little bit closer. Come on. There we go.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
And it's on her Fred base in the Munchkin Land colorway. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I wanted to have my socks done today because my goal is to have them done like a week before the month is over, which is probably me just asking for trouble, so I needed to not worry about that. But they're almost done. Once I get past the heel,
you're home free.
Yeah. The heel will take me an evening. I'll knit on the leg. It's been my work knitting because it's just knitting.
Yeah.
And it's portable and yada yada. All those are the good things about socks.
Right.
But I love them and they fit great so far and the yarn's great. I really, really like her base. I don't know why it's called Fred. I don't care. But I like it.
I actually put the blanket that I inherited from my mom, the crochet blanket, in the car. So I haven't knit on it in the car line every day, but it has actually gotten some attention by being in the car.
Good.
Because otherwise, I'll never work on that.
And I have it in my Christian crafter bag that she sent me at Christmas.
That's cute, because look, I have it.
I know, that's why I wanted comics. I was like, oh, look at us being cute.
Look at us.
Like we planned this craft.
We don't. Sadly enough.
I'll talk about this one last.
I worked on this.
Why is this heavy?
Just a tiny bit. These are Sam's socks that I cast on Christmas Eve. These are my Christmas Eve socks that are not done, but my January socks are done. How close am I gonna have to get?
I know. With some of them you have to get super close.
Maybe it's because we gotta hide our faces.
Oh, maybe.
But anyway, I want these done by Valentine's Day. So I'm gonna have to get.
You'll be fine.
I'm gonna have to get on these. And I already have my February socks planned.
Oh, good. I haven't picked my bag yet. I'm gonna pick it February 1st. I'm just gonna pull it out and probably hate it. I'm
gonna show you in a minute because it's in my stash enhancement.
I cast on a lot, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing to you, but
sorry.
I went a little crazy. I bought this also at Fiber in the Burrow. This is Dana's. Listen to that. Jet Setter Super Bulky. It's in a bag that my friend Falula sewed up for me forever ago.
Aww.
Isn't it cute?
It's very cute.
I might have another bag from her in a little bit to show you guys.
Oh, I didn't realize you got that one from her too. Does she do bags like?
She has an Etsy shop. It's called Stitch Marks the Spot, and she does stitch markers a lot, but she does bags occasionally.
I didn't know that.
And they're good. They're good. I like them. But this is my Jet Setter Bulky. Let me block our faces. And it is in the patina colorway, and I freaking love it. I plan on buying purple because I'm Allie, and I bought this. But I started Breaking Big by Deborah Frank. Miss Oblivious Knits.
Do you want me to hold your needles?
Yeah, because they're loud. Because they're size 15s. I'm convinced that's why they're loud.
Yeah.
But I've done, I think, 2 repeats. I can do about a repeat a night before my hands start to hurt.
It's hard to knit really thick yarn. I
haven't knit on it in a while because of the topography. But I'm knitting this for the Oblivious Knits knit along that U Creek Cottage is hosting on Instagram. The needles make me laugh when they do that. I'm sorry.
Cling.
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 This is the first time I've used my size 15s from my Chowgoo set. Look at these things. Yeah, I was wondering if I would have to do that. These things are ridiculous.
Oh.
It did it, and then it didn't do it. I forget. You guys know what needles look like.
They're big. They'd be big old needles.
So I'm going to get that topography done today. Maybe. Or at least get on the border. And I think once I get to the border, I'll probably lose interest because I don't like finishing projects.
Well, you're probably just so entranced by our yarn baby that...
Yeah, I love our yarn baby.
I would want to keep knitting that too.
It's gorgeous. I want a hat and a sweater and some mittens. And maybe not a sweater. I don't know. I think it'd make a cute sweater.
Yeah. You could do like a stripy sweater with like a gray and that, like one row of that, one row of the gray to kind of mute it down a little bit. It would be super fun.
That would be fun. Do you have more?
No.
Oh, it's the Alley Show. Okay, so in my Java Jenny My Little Pony bag, I have 3 My Little Pony bags, by the way, so I'm going to have to start specifying.
It's kind of like me and my coffee bags.
I might like My Little Pony. I have my barley that I've been working on for Max out of my handspun, and I can't remember. I think I've knitted on this since I talked last time, because I'm pretty sure I switched to the needles after we talked. But I had been working on it. Here's the barley side, so you know it's a barley. And I was to the decreases, and I was like, I just don't have enough yarn. So I ripped it back, and I went up a needle size, and I still don't have enough yarn. That's okay. I mean, look.
No.
Yeah. It's not gonna happen. So I told Max, I was like, well, I can try and contact Sarah from Knitting Color and see if she will send me another braid, and I could spin it. That's fine. And I was like, or I have a blue bat that Dana from Unwind dyed for me. That's gorgeous. That I could spin and we can stripe. But I have a hat for him that I knit him 2 years ago that got a hole in it, and we have no clue why it has a hole in it. So he thinks that it'll look good together. So we're gonna rip that out, I think, and start striping now. And that way it will look more like a design rather than, hey, you're dumb and can't count. And
that's a great idea. That way he still has the yarn from the other hat.
Yeah. And I've been meaning to rip it out and just knit him a new hat. I think I split a stitch and didn't realize it. And I think that stitch
got weak.
I think that's what happened. And I'm kind of wondering if that's what happened with the foolproof. But like I looked at it and I don't see a rip stitch. On that one there's a stitch that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I did it or if he did it and doesn't want to own up to it. Boys. All right. What else do I got?
My husband has been wearing his barley all the darn time, and he says it's the best hat ever.
Oh, I have my things for you. I don't think I knit on this. I think it's just in here. Nope, I haven't knit on it. I've been keeping everything, all my whips, in my SSK bag from last year. Because I knit sometimes in the living room, and sometimes I knit downstairs in our, like, den, because we have a finished basement, and that's where, like, our Xbox and stuff is. So that's where we, like, watch Netflix and whatnot. And so I put everything in this bag, and that way I can just carry it wherever room I'm at. That way I don't have to pick. Because before, I kept a project downstairs and a project upstairs, and my other projects were wherever they got left. So I had, like, a Netflix project and a real TV project, but then it's like, if I didn't want to work on those things, I didn't work on anything. So
that's no good. I do that too. If I don't want to work on something, then I just don't work on anything.
I also worked on my Sesame Street socks. I'm doing the vanilla bean recipe. They're ready for the heel.
Nice.
Love these socks. But I want to finish my January socks, so I haven't really worked on that much. I got to the hill, and then I was like, okay, you have to chill out now. And then Topography happened. Yeah. That thing's evil. Maybe you guys shouldn't need it.
You should.
You should. And then the only other thing I've been working on, I can't show you, but I'll show you the yarn. And it's the second design I'm working on. So I'm using Midnight Merino Fingering Singles from Northbound Knitting. Come on. There we go. It's her black. I love it. And I'm also knitting, I'll show it to you later, okay, so you can see, because it's looking awesome. I'm so freaking happy. Ooh. This was the first design that I did, but I did a plain version of it, because I wasn't sure if it would work. But I'm also knitting it with ink blot from Northbound Knitting, which is my favorite thing on the planet right now. So remind me to show you this world.
I feel like I look fabulous.
You do look fabulous.
It's so soft. It's not itchy at all. Oh,
I love that you're happy.
I love it.
I'm happy for you. I want to steal it. That's the only problem, because it's that gorgeous.
I'll let you borrow it if you let me borrow your
I'm not letting you have the Klinkwan.
I would give it back if you were holding this hostage.
That's a good point. Okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't trust me either.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm with you. So, do we want to do stash enhancement?
Sure. Okay. That is a big bag, man.
I told you it was huge.
I'm jealous.
I love it. Okay, let me bring my notes back up, because I don't need them for my stash enhancement, but I'll need them for when we do.
Oh, and the fabric is awesome.
I know okay, so this is another bag from Falula. Falula. Whatever I said earlier. Her name's Stephanie. And she tagged me on Instagram because she found this fabric. And she was like, every time I see anything My Little Pony, I want to tag you, but I don't, because I figure it'd drive you crazy. And I was like, no, I love it. Everybody does it. I love it. Isn't it great? It's like comic book style. I love it.
There you go.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, I can't see. Because it's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's awesome.
And then look at the zipper pull.
It's a rainbow.
It's a Rainbow Dashes cutie mark. Isn't that awesome? I love it. And then on the inside, it's holding yarn that I bought this week, or the past couple weeks. But on the inside is the black and white polka dot fabric that's like throughout the main fabric. So how more perfect could this bag be?
It really can't.
I think what I'm going to do, because I found my sock yarn scrap blanket, I'm going to keep it in here. Because I said here really weird, so I'm going to comment on the fact that I said here really weird. I'm going to keep it in here and keep my scraps in here too. And that way, for me to use the bag, I actually have to work on that project. I'm trying to trick myself. We'll see if it works.
That'll make it so much fun.
I know. And then it would hold a bunch of scraps. So I could try and keep as many together as I can, because, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, speaking of sock yarn blanket and scraps, so, did I mention this already? I can't remember, because I talked to you about it when you got here. I don't know if I mentioned it while we were recording. Vanadium color.
Yes, you mentioned it.
Okay, good. So I'm going to pull those out, knit a square on my blanket, and then use the rest of them for a shawl. The rest of it.
Great idea. I have a bunch. Do you want me to keep going?
Here, this is all I have. I have this bag and this.
And there's one thing you haven't seen yet.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mine came too, but it's at my mom's. I don't get it till I see her again.
Too bad for you.
I know. But now I get to see it in person now, though. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I got the Nightfall Fingering Weight Special Edition Snow Iris.
It's
gradient.
It's like I had a baby.
It's from dark purple to light purple. It's beautiful.
I'm running out of room in this huge chair.
It's from Fibro Fibers. It was a special colorway. So, yay. Gorgeous. Oh.
I was trying to hide it, but it keeps falling down.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll show that last.
Okay.
For my job, I'm in a bunch of different counties, and I realized the other day that I'm in Crossville, which has a yarn store. So I went to the yarn store because I had some time to kill. And my mom needed needles for the Topography cowl because she wanted to knit it. And she's knitting it, and she's doing great. She's ready for the border. She's awesome. I'm so proud of her. And she goes, if you see any DK weight yarn, let me know. Yeah. My mom's like obsessed with DK weight yarn because that's what we have her knitting with right now, and she loves it apparently.
It's great.
It's great. It's great. I just think it's super funny. I love my mom. But I didn't see any that I thought she'd like. But I was looking at the Malabrigo wall, and she hasn't knit with that yet. So I got us both this. It's Arco Iris.
That's a good Arco Iris. I have an Arco Iris in my, well, I sent it to Deborah. That one would actually match my shoes and my cowl.
They had some more.
Because it's different depending on what dye lot. Mm-hmm. Whatever dye lot I had gotten didn't match. It had a lot of green in it, which is great, but it didn't match my.
They had more like this there. I'm just saying.
I maybe have to go to Crossville.
I mean, I'll be there Friday.
Oh, then you need to go to Crossville.
If you need me to.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, Mom is going to knit mittens out of hers. And I decided what I was going to do with this, and I forgot. Oh, a Ricky.
Ooh, nice.
A Ricky.
I sent the Malabrigo to Deb because I thought she would like it for a Ricky. Mm-hmm. And I may knit a Ricky out of mine also. So I have shoes with this colorway on it. The Dansko shoes.
And it's funny because I read that and I was like, I know that name, the colorway for some reason, and that's totally why because we've talked about it, and then it didn't register though.
I knit an Inverness, the bulky cowl out of it, so the shoes and the cowl match, and I was like, I want a hat to go with it.
Well, duh.
So, squee! I didn't realize that was that color when you showed the picture. Mm-hmm.
So I'll try. I should be able to go Friday.
Let's go.
And if I can't, I'll let you know, but I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. And I'll see if they have any like that. And if they don't, I'll get me another one and give you that one.
Aww.
Because I don't.
You don't care?
Well, I don't have shoes to match it with. So I'm just going to be happy with whatever I have.
Cool. Cool beans.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
No problem.
Should I show one?
Yeah.
Should we show one at the same time?
That's what I was about to ask.
We got trunkless elephants.
You guys have no idea.
Oh my gosh. There it is.
And then I'll do back here.
Oh my gosh. It's Unwind Yarn Company. It's a new colorway.
Mine's on Journey Sock. I assume yours is too.
Yes, mine's on Journey Sock also. I am in love with this colorway. Had to have it.
Mine's gonna be used for a design idea that I have, but I gotta find another color to go with it.
Mine, I don't know. I'm just gonna love on it.
I fell in love with it. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
I love it.
And Dana has an update this Tuesday, so today is the 25th. So the 27th? Today is the 25th, right?
Today's 25th. Okay. So 26th.
And she said that she's going to have, I think, a couple of skeins of this. One in DK and one on her honeymoon base.
Yeah. And then
So get it before I do.
Yeah. And then she also has a new color that she's premiering. It's called, I
don't remember what it's called, but it's freaking beautiful.
Let's see what it's called.
It's freaking beautiful. That's what it should have been called. She's a busy lady, that Dana.
She's working on getting some tonals for people to use with other things, which is perfect. Unruffled is the new color.
Yes.
She posted it on Instagram, so here I'll show you.
Ooh. And it works great with the phone.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous, Dana.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
So, anyway.
And when I made my trunkless elephants purchase, she still had a couple of skeins of the sepia on her sport in stock. And I went to buy that. I almost bought it like 3 updates ago, maybe. And so when I went there and she still had a couple, I was like, okay, it's mine.
I bought the raspberry fiber at the same time.
And you showed earlier?
Yeah, and I had to spin it immediately because it's just luscious.
I guess this is yellow. desk.
Technically.
It's a brown. It's gorgeous.
Golden.
It's golden. I love it.
It's beautiful.
I think it's going to be a cowl.
Yeah. I love her sport weight.
I haven't knit with her sport weight.
I like it
But
a
I
lot.
like it. I like doing this with it. I'll knit with it one day.
Squish it. Squish
so that goes back in the bag. And then I got a big one.
Okay, here, I'll show this one.
These are gorgeous.
These are both the same color. It's Conversation Hearts from O Loops. One of them is on sport weight, and the other one is on their worsted. So, here.
That is gorgeous.
Show you the pretties. I love it.
I love them O Loops ladies.
Me too. They're so much fun. Sarah knit a pair of socks out of this, the sport weight. And she put in just a little stripe over the toe in a different color. And then she did the heel, I think, in the other color. And then she did a little heart design around the top of the cuff. I'm totally copying that.
And it was so funny because Daniela told me about that, and I was like, I saw her picture. I didn't see any hearts. So I looked back, and I was just like, oh, my bad.
But isn't that, and so these will be my...
Such a cute idea.
These will be my February
and
socks.
That needs to be, because, you know, it's Valentine's Day. If you're going to, and I feel like if you're going to do our 12 in 2015 knit along, and you're picking them, you're knowingly picking them instead of doing the brown bag like me, I feel like you should theme it if you can. I think it'll be fun. That's super cute.
My only problem is that means I have to finish Sam's socks and my February socks by Valentine's Day, because if I'm knitting myself Valentine's Day socks, I want to wear them for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But they're sport weight.
That's true.
Okay, so their sport weight is more like a heavy fingering. Just that disclaimer, because when I knit the sport weight socks out of the Rita Skeeter colorway, so
I mean,
it's heavy, it's
not a huge difference, but
yeah, it's more like a heavy fingering weight. So just disclaimer for that, and it's so nice for socks, because I love my Rita Skeeter socks.
Just squishing everything, but my goodness.
And then
the worsted's nice too. Don't get me wrong.
You know, and then as you're squishing it, I was squishing it earlier. I was like, maybe it needs to be a shawl.
Yeah, that'd be pretty shawl.
So I don't know. I like the idea of doing the little Valentine's Day socks, but I don't know. I'm very fickle.
You got a week to decide.
I got a week to decide. And then this is the Conversation Hearts on the worsted, which will more than likely be a hat, because, you know, hats. So that, if I do a shawl, I have a hat. So it might have to go that way.
I don't blame you. I can't blame you one bit.
I have some,
and then you won't be stressed about getting
them done
by Valentine's.
I have solid colored socks that rock, which is about the same weight as this. Gratitude.
Apparently that's all Danielle's gonna knit from now on. Just gratitude.
You're gonna see all these over and over. Awesome.
My last one is a big one.
That's so cool.
I'm gonna show it to you in the bag, and I'll show them all separately. I got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle kit thing from No Makers.
Oh, I have one more thing to show. Don't forget.
Oh. And I was going to do mini skeins. And then I didn't.
Do you have plans for it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I have plans. Max is getting 4 pairs of Ninja Turtle socks.
Oh, you love him.
And then I'm going to use leftovers. They'll all be a square in my blanket. And then I'll see what I have left. But they might be a gratitude. But here's the Raphael. My original plan when I got it, I was like, oh, I knew one of these would be Max's socks, but the rest I was going to knit.
You're not even going to keep the purple ones for you?
Donatello is Max's favorite.
Oh, well, never mind.
So we can't even have that discussion. And here's Michelangelo. But the original plan, I got the curls book for Christmas, and it finally came in. I was going to do curls out of all these. But then I was like, that's a lot of green for someone who doesn't wear green.
Yeah. You're going to do that. Would be great.
This one's for me. That one Max doesn't get. And here's Leonardo. I'll tell you the base in a minute because I can't remember which one it is. And this is Donatello. And Max was for certain going to get the Donatello one because that's his favorite. But I decided to give him 4 pairs of socks throughout the year.
That's an awesome idea.
And this is all on the House Gnome base. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. 460 yards each. This one, though, Max does not get. This is Splinter. This will be a curl.
That's gorgeous.
And it's me. It's very me.
Uh-huh.
And I love it, and I won't share it. My nail got stuck on it. So I gotta file my nails, apparently. Yeah, and it came in a pizza box, like, thing. Like, it was a square box. But the way it was taped, I couldn't open it like a pizza box.
Uh-huh.
So I was scared I might cut the yarn. So I was very particular about where I cut it. But it was super cool. But, I mean, she's always really good with her presentations on things. And I'm super happy. And Max is good on socks for a while.
That's awesome. If I could find a theme of something that Sam really liked, that would be a great way to do it.
But that's all my stash enhancement. You got one more.
I have one more.
Whenever you can.
Whenever I can, I can. It's a habit. I can stop.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about our knit-alongs.
I got another bag from Bags by Terry. I couldn't decide which one I wanted when I got to the update.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked the 3 that I liked a lot. Mm-hmm. And then Sam picked this one.
I did not get a Bags by Terry because that was the day I went to Sephora and they basically stole my wallet, and so I'm not allowed to buy things for a little while.
I love the size of his bags. Look at the inside fabric.
I love the inside fabric.
It's
so
beautiful. Much. I started using it for my gratitude immediately. I will
have one day.
My little note in there is still in there. I still have Jolly Ranchers in there.
He sends Jolly Ranchers?
Yes, you want one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not eating candy right now, so anytime someone's like, "You want candy?" I'm like, "Yep." Always.
He has a new little bagfuls, which I thought were cute. They're little Bags by Terry bagfuls. Can we focus?
Do you need?
Come on.
Need a block?
Oh. There it is. Oh, it's upside down. But you get the message.
All that work and then it was upside down. Life.
But I love my bag.
Awesome.
I love how it just sits there. It has a hand on Tiger's at the door. Like, let me back in. Do you hear him?
Mm-hmm.
In a minute, baby.
We're almost done.
It's got a handle. It's got the little thing you could put a hooky on here if you want. I love how it just sits there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best part. No, that's not the best part because it's a beautiful bag.
And I love. She did put one on this too. I love it. I love those.
The little So I opened it, took a picture of it to Instagram it, and then started using it immediately. Love it. Love it so much. Thank you, Terry.
So these are chewy.
Are they?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have shared if I'd known that.
They're Jolly Rancher Chews.
I love the chewy ones.
Well, you can have the other one. No, I don't want to take your... I had one, and I'm very happy now.
I didn't realize there was 2 in there. Do you want one of the other flavors?
No, I'm fine.
Anyway.
I'm cut out soda for the most part. I have like one a day if I have any. And I've cut out junk, like snack foods. So this was a nice treat for me.
Okay, good. I don't drink sodas, really.
Oh my god, I've been dying.
I usually, in the summertime, I have my 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and then I drink water the rest of the day. In the wintertime, I'm cold, so I find if I'm trying to drink water, I just don't drink enough.
Mm-hmm.
So in the wintertime, I do my 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and then I drink hot tea the rest of the day.
Is he at the window?
Yeah.
I was like, he got louder.
Yeah, he's sitting out.
That's so funny. Cats are funny.
Oh.
Just a couple more things before
we let Tiger back in.
Before we let Tiger back in, we have our 2 knit-alongs going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
First, we have the Clappity. We showed you ours.
Right.
We're doing that until February 28th because it's not a leap year.
Yeah.
I don't think
so.
To get your Clappities in, we don't have finished thread yet, but we'll probably put that up sometime this week just because there might be. I don't think anyone's finished theirs yet, but some people are super
getting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't showed this yet. Dana gave us this at Fiber in the Burrow to give away on the podcast. So this is what we're going to be giving away. This is on her, well, I'll tell you about it first and I'll show you. It's on her Journey sock, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. And it's unchained melody. Unchained melody. Undrained. Sorry, Dana. I can read your handwriting. Yeah, never mind. And I think it's beautiful.
It is. I have that on honeymoon.
So, we will definitely give this away. And when I bought my bag, I got another one for the podcast.
I want it.
It's not a giveaway yet. If we get, how many people do you think?
If we get 50? That's too much.
That's too much.
30? 25?
Let's do 25.
25.
If 25 people finish, we'll throw in another prize. And if not, this will be a prize later in the year. She sent another one. It's a little bit smaller than mine, but it's still freaking huge. Look at this.
I want it.
And the zipper pull on this one is a yellow balloon. For all you yellow lovers. For Pinkie Pie. Aww. There we go.
That's so cool.
I want to keep it.
I want it.
I want it.
So, finish all those Clappities, post them all, and if we have at least 25 finished objects, we'll put in a second prize.
And if we don't, whatever.
Then we'll use it for next time.
We'll use it. Yeah, we have a couple more knit-alongs planned for the year, so we'll throw it in with one of them.
Don't lie, we have the whole year planned with knit-alongs. It's like every 2 months, we have another one planned. Be prepared.
We'll talk about the next one next month. I don't want to bring it up yet.
No, I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to bring it up yet. But I'm just telling you, they're there.
And then we're also doing the 12 socks in 2015. There's a thread, and I'll link to it in the show notes, but there's a thread on Ravelry, and it explains everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, you start a pair of socks on the first of the month, and you have a pair. If you have a pair finished by the end of the month, you get put into a drawing for a pair of socks. Or not a pair of socks. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You get into a drawing for a sock pattern that I will send to you.
Cool. Also, keep an eye on the group because you never know what might pop up. For example, I started a thread probably, I don't know, almost a month ago about goals for this year. And I didn't talk about it on the podcast because I wanted to kind of see who was paying attention in the group. And so I drew a prize winner this morning. And
yay!
Yeah, I locked it. Drew a prize winner this morning, which is why I'm mentioning it now, so you can't go sneak in there because you didn't pay attention. And so
we're planning some more group things.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the group to be a little more active.
And we have Daniela started a thread on books that you're currently reading because we like to read and we'd like to hear what you guys are reading because we like books.
So I already heard from the winner. So it was Mikey Jr. And one of his goals was to knit several pairs of socks this year. So
I hope we help you with that.
And I gave away a skein of the UT colorway, not the UT colorway, but it's the orange and, the Fiasco yarn. I gave away a skein of the Fiasco yarn. Because the more I thought about it, okay, it's really nice yarn, but I can't knit it because I'm just going to be pissed at it the whole time.
I understand.
So I have another skein that I'll get given away at some point later this year. And it's nothing against the yarn. The yarn is beautiful.
It was just the drama.
The drama, and I don't want to think about it. I don't want to knit and think about it I don't want to,
Yeah, I can't blame you one bit.
So, and it's gorgeous yarn for, to give away. So, and he wants to knit several socks this year. So, perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
One last thing. Into the Wool 2015.
Yes.
We're going to talk about it on podcasts when we have things to talk about, but we'll do it at the end. So if you aren't coming or you could care less, I'll tell you bye now. Do you want to tell them bye? Okay. Bye now. If you have no interest.
If you don't want to come.
In Into the Wool. The vendors list has been announced. It was announced last week and it's awesome.
Super awesome.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I'm going to spend like this is one of the reasons I have to be really careful about what I spend between now and then because, oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we want to say who they are?
We can, yeah.
Yeah. Holy hoy! Marigold Jen. We have Daisy Knits.
I'm forever going to forget somebody.
Yes. Rainstorm Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome bags.
Twist Fiber Studios.
Twist Fiber Studios.
Ashley, you're so excited.
And if you're interested in going, go check out the vendor thread because she's already designed a custom pair. Custom pair? So she called Perfect pair.
Perfect pair.
Perfect
and
pair.
It's amazing. It's a bag, yarn, and fiber, and they all match.
They all match, and she's going to do pre-orders for that. So if you're interested,
because I want one.
Yes. Okay, I got sidetracked.
Me too, because it's gorgeous. Like I'm picturing it in my head. I'm just like, oh. Well, Dana of
Unwind. Okay, Hobbly Hoy, Marigold Jen.
Color
Wheel. Stripy stuff. I love Color Wheel. Gosh, I could just look it up. That would make life simpler.
I thought I knew them all though, and I feel so bad.
It's like I know I had them all here. I have a Marigold.
And they're all awesome as well.
They are
so
awesome.
It's not like I'm like, oh, I forgot them because I'm not excited about them. That's not it at all.
Not at all.
I'm excited about everybody. I'm gonna be
so Knitting Rose.
Oh,
yes, Knitting Rose and 2F by hand.
That was the other one.
That was the other one. I'm so excited about all of them.
Me too.
Because Knitting Rose has was that you?
I just got a notification that it is Kristen, Mama Holmes' birthday. So happy birthday, Kristen. I forgot I did put that in my phone when I watched your podcast the other day. So perfect timing.
Happy birthday.
So,
I
met her at Into the Wool. Maybe she'll be there this year.
I hope so. So I'm so excited about the vendors.
Me too. Let me read. Oh, sign-ups are in a week.
Yes. A week from today, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So that would be February the 1st. One.
Literally a week from today. Literally.
So if you want to come, sign up, join us.
And you'll sign up by going to the Into the Wool Fiber Retreat group on Ravelry. There will be a sign-up thread that has a link to the sign-ups.
Yes.
And you'll click that. And we will start sending out emails probably Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, honestly, just because.
As soon as we start getting sign-ups, we're going to send out confirmations to let you know that you got in.
And if you're waitlisted, we're going to put on there. I'm pretty sure we're going to put what number you are, so you'll know like where you are if you end up on the waitlist. Because we can only take 86.
Yeah.
We can have 100, but with the coordinators and the vendors, it leaves 86 spots.
Yeah.
Which is still quite a bit.
Yeah.
So.
It was really a perfect amount. I mean, that's what we had last year.
Yeah, and it didn't seem crowded or anything.
Because, I mean, one of the things that's great about having these awesome vendors, or at least for me, I can make it.
No, the suns or the lights.
Oh, the lights. I'm sorry.
That's not your fault. I have huge glasses.
One of the great things about these awesome vendors, I think, not only the market, because the market's going to be awesome, but you get to hang out with these people and, and meet them and everything for the whole weekend.
Super fun. And you get to hang out with us. And that's probably cool. I don't know.
We hope so. Right?
I don't know.
I imagine I'll have the early shift.
For what?
For getting up and hanging out with people early in the morning because I'll be like...
I get up early too, though.
Yeah. Maybe Dana and Wendy will take the later shift and we can take the earlier shift.
It's gonna be fun though.
No, we hope, I'll hang out with everybody.
We hope that you guys will at least attempt, and we hope you get in.
Yeah,
I want everybody to get in.
Me too. I want everyone to come, all the peoples.
But that's all right now.
Yeah,
that we have.
If you want more information about it, though, check out the Ravelry group. There's a thread where Dana typed up all the information that you could possibly want to know about it.
Yes, it has fees and when fees will be due and
everything.
All the important dates, anything that you would need that we... Honestly, I'd be afraid to tell you in case I would told you wrong.
Yeah,
so they're kind of
go read that. It's much better.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can find us in the Ravelry group. Check it out because you never know. You could win something if you're paying attention.
And you can find the podcast on YouTube. Search Caffeinated Knitting. I feel like you know that if you're watching, but I'm just going to throw that in there. And show notes can be found at caffeinatedknitting.blogspot.com.
Yep. I think that's it. I'm going to get this all processed and up, and I'm very curious to see how long it'll take with this. We're at an hour and 15.
That's not too bad. I thought it'd be longer because I've had so much crap to talk about.
I know. Look, it even tells us exactly like how
I've been
many
watching
gigs,
that actually.
how much we've used. And if we wanted to set a time limit or size limit, we could do that.
Fancy schmancy.
I know. Fancy schmancy program came with my new laptop. Anyway, you guys have a lovely, lovely week. We'll see you in 2 weeks? When's 2 weeks? Is that the 1st? No.
1st is in 1 week.
Oh, yeah. We just said that. Never mind. Sorry.
She's silly.
I'm very silly. Love you guys. Bye.